My grandmother is a great storyteller. Recently, she shared a story with me about the time she quit smoking cigarettes. Personally, I think the premise and message behind this story may help people going through any unhealthy attachment or addiction. Thanks for watching and enjoy the following program. What story are you going to tell me?
Of how I quit smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Okay, so I started smoking cigarettes at age 13.
Okay. Was that normal back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started smoking cigarettes at age 13, regardless of what everyone told me. I started smoking. I became a Christian when your dad was 4 months old, because my life was so fucking fucked up. And I'm telling you, there was nothing more fucked up in my life at that time. Okay? So I'm still smoking, and I'm a new mother, and I'm a new Christian. Okay? And I'm born again. I'm born again. And I mean, I was born again. Okay? I had an epiphany like no other epiphany when it came to that. And I was engrossed in the Bible study, everything. I was all about it. Okay, I started to transform and change and everything, right? Good stuff was happening. Well, because I was a Christian and a mother, I was smoking like a pack a day, if not more. I wanted to quit smoking because I was a Christian. I wanted to be a good example to people. I wanted to be a good example in front of Chris. I didn't want him around the smoke. I didn't want to waste my money on cigarettes. I had lots of reasons to quit smoking. Okay, I was on fucking welfare.
Lots of reasons.
Okay. Okay, so I'm 23 years old. So from when I was 23 when your father was born. So from that time, from 23 to 26, I lived alone with him, raising him by myself, because my parents got divorced and sold the house, and so I had to move out. And I was single, wasn't dating anymore, nothing. I got rid of his father 4 months after your father was born. So I got rid of Mark, became a Christian and a mother, all like within April, okay, of 1982. I wanted to quit smoking. And I kept trying different ways to quit smoking. Didn't last. I was miserable. And I tried different things. The gum, all different methods. I was failing all the time. And my friends finally said, you better just stop trying, because you know you're not going to quit. Just stop trying to quit, because you're not going to stop smoking. That's what was their mantra to me.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, here she goes again. She's going to try to quit smoking. Okay, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, I've been there.
So I think it was probably, so your father was like around 3 now. He's about 3. And he would break my cigarettes, right? So
I used to do that.
He'd snap my fucking cigarettes like I had a cigarette in the ashtray. He'd climb up on the table. He'd snap the fucking cigarette right at the filter, so it was worthless. I had to start keeping my ashtrays up in the pantry on the top shelf. But I knew, it was like, okay, he's telling me I got to quit. Stop that. He would say, stop that, Mommy, stop that. He said, snap my cigarettes. So I knew I had to quit, but I was like defeated. There was no way I was going to quit smoking. I was fucking defeated. Just defeated. There's just no hope for me. So one day, I was at home washing the dishes. I lived in a fucking basement apartment where somebody had fucking died. Committed suicide.
Oh my
I was
God.
fucking creeped out living there. Even though I had the place like blessed and everything, it's still, Now there's a wall in front of me. There was no like pretty window in front of the sink. There was a wall, kitchen wall. And I looked up, and I just. Why can't I quit smoking? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I quit smoking? As soon as I said that, what am I doing wrong? About 3 or 4 feet behind me, I hear a fucking voice saying, you have to hate cigarettes. I spin around so fucking fast, my hand's dripping, and I'm staring. Like, I'm here at the wall washing dishes, and I hear this voice, and I'm like this. And right there, about this distance right here, I could sense I didn't see anything, but I could sense this energy, this beautiful energy. And I walk over to it like that, and I said, I have to hate cigarettes. And I'm looking like this. My hands are dripping. I have to hate cigarettes? You don't have to believe this fucking story, but it happened. And I could still feel this presence right there. Like, I have to hate cigarettes? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, within, like this, I have to hate cigarettes. Just like I hate watermelon. I hate watermelon, I won't go near it. I hate cucumbers, I won't go near them. I gotta hate them. I love them right now. I gotta have them. I love cigarettes. I gotta have cigarettes. Here I am smoking almost 2 packs a day now. Okay, almost 2 packs a day. When I go to bed at night, I can't fucking breathe. Okay, I have this pain in my shoulder. That's another reason why I wanted to quit. I couldn't even walk up the stairs without like, I had this pain. And that night when I'd lay down, I couldn't sleep. The pain hurt so bad. So I'm standing there going, I have to hate cigarettes. That's right, I have to hate cigarettes. Okay, I've got to hate cigarettes. Yep. I got to hate cigarettes. Yeah. So at that time, I said, okay, God, help me to hate cigarettes. That's my prayer. Help me to hate cigarettes. Just like I hate cucumbers, just like I hate watermelon, help me to hate cigarettes. Okay, so then I happened upon this book. I think it was called The Nature of Faith or something like that, and there was 3 parts in it. It was just this little book. Think I could find it today? No, can't find it anywhere. I looked everywhere. I'm pretty sure that was the fucking title, The Nature of Faith, but I can't find it anywhere. Okay, so the 3 parts were there. So the nature of faith sees, right? Faith sees, it has vision. So I would start visualizing myself a non-smoker. Faith hears. I would start speaking, and I said, I'm a non-smoker. And faith sees, well, I know there were 3 things, but I just remember those 2. So
does it smell?
So what I would do, this is what I would do, but start speaking, and I said, I'm a non-smoker. And faith smells.
Faith smells.
So this is what I would do. I was so confident that I was going to stop smoking that even though, like, the first thing I would do in the morning was light a cigarette. I don't care how bad I had to pee. I don't care how fucking bad I had to pee. I'm going to light a cigarette first and sit on the pot with the cigarette. That's how I was, right? So... And then I'd make my coffee, and I'd sit at the table, and I would drink my coffee and have a cigarette. So faith sees, right? So I'd sit there, and I'd close my eyes, and I'd be smoking. Big fucking, because I love those cigarettes. And I would visualize myself. I would put a video in my mind of me getting up in the morning and not needing a cigarette. So all the times that I needed a cigarette, I would make little pictures and videos of myself in my head, even while I was smoking, of myself like being at a restaurant without a cigarette, because right after you eat you gotta smoke a cigarette, or in my car smoking, or if I was stressed out smoking. So I just kept visualizing myself doing that. And this was like around, I want to say this was probably like late winter going into spring. This happened, that I had that voice, that entity was there. And I felt that it was like kind of like an angelic thing. That the energy of that was in the doorway. Mm-hmm. So faith sees, faith speaks. Okay, so I would start saying, I'm a non-smoker. I'd say to myself, I'm a non-smoker. I'm a non-smoker. I'm not a smoker. I would do that. Well, one day, I was sitting at the kitchen table, and I was really, after that epiphany, I mean, there was like no doubt. There was just no doubt that
you were gonna
that I was gonna stop smoking, and that I was gonna start hating cigarettes. There was just no doubt. even though I was still getting up and I was still living my life, who knows how many weeks went by. So I gave God a list of stuff. I said, okay, so when I stop smoking, I said, this is what you're going to do. I told him, you're going to do this. I remember saying it. You're going to make this happen. I have no cravings. I'm not going to be grumpy. Not going to have any side effects. Coughing up. Grumpy. I'm going to have pink lungs. I'm going to have clear pink lungs. Either at a doctor's office or something, I had seen this brochure of clean lung, smoking lung. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, those are real popular.
Right? Plus, this fucking pain in my shoulder. I didn't know what that was. But the more I smoked during the day, the worse that pain was at night when I tried to sleep. And the worse I couldn't breathe. So I said, okay, so I don't want... These are the things that are coming with the non-smoking. All these things, okay? Pink lungs, not craving food, not being grumpy, not having side effects, spitting up shit, none of that, because you're doing it. I told him you're doing it. So a few weeks go by, the smell of cigarettes start really, being really offensive to me, right? I'm brushing my teeth and gargling more. All this, okay? So I'm like, oh wow, I'm really can't stand it. But I still had the craving. So now it's winter. So all these months go by, and I remember because I was opening windows. I made sure I was smoking outside. I didn't want to smoke in the house anymore. I smoked in the car still, but I rolled the windows down. Where before, I didn't care. I'd fucking
hotbox the car with a cigarette.
I'd be smoking and I smoked menthol. Virginia Slim menthol.
You were on the Virginia Slims?
Oh, I love those long fucking white cigarettes. I was cool, all right? Okay, so it's going into December, and now I'm not telling anybody. I didn't tell one person what happened. Not one person. Because I wasn't going to tell anybody what happened, because they already had made up in their mind
it was for you now.
That I was never going to quit. So I'm not telling them nothing.
Doesn't that discourage you?
So now I'm really excited because I can't stand the smell of the cigarettes. I thought, oh, thank you so much, thank you. And I was really thanking, even during those months where I'm still smoking and I'm still visualizing myself a non-smoker, even though I was smoking. I was doing that all these months. I'm a non-smoker. I'm a non-smoker. I'd be in the house, So I knew. So it comes December. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to try to get off of the menthol cigarettes, because when you're addicted to cigarettes, you're addicted to the menthol and the nicotine. So I said, okay, I'm going to buy a pack of regular Virginia Slims, non-menthol, and I'm going to smoke those. It was almost Christmas time, and I remember doing that, and I was fucking miserable for a week, okay, getting off that menthol. But I toughed it out because I said, maybe this will help, right? So it's a couple of days before Christmas, and I get a knock on the door, and it's two Mormons. You know how they went door to door, right?
Yeah.
And I was a Christian.
Latter-day Saints,
They
right?
weren't going to convince me about nothing.
Right.
I'm going to give them a thing or two. I invite them in, and we're talking, and,
Wait, were they Jehovah's Witness
No.
or Latter-day Saint?
Mormon, Latter-day Saint.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, they two young men, and they were very respectful and everything. They had their convictions. I had my convictions. I wasn't going to embrace their faith. They weren't going to embrace the Christian faith, but we did have a understanding that we believed in prayer. Well, can we pray for you about something, anything? And I said, sure. I said, you can pray. I said, I'm wanting to quit smoking. I said, yeah, so I'd like some prayer about that. And they said, we'll come back after the holiday, and we'll exchange all your ashtrays for a bag of vegetables. And okay, so that's what they were going to do, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. So, and I didn't ask them for prayer like I was doubting myself, that I wasn't.
You just saw the chance.
I just, because I felt, confident. Okay, and I had already gone past the nicotine thing. So.
Do you mean the menthol thing?
The menthol thing. So here we are at Christmas, and I say to myself, oh, fuck. I said, I gotta quit before they get back, because they're gonna think it's them that's helped me to quit smoking. So I gotta quit before they come back.
It was the ego.
Right? That's what I said. All right, so I have that pack of non-menthol, that only one pack that I bought of non-menthol, and I probably had just a couple cigarettes left. And then I said, I've gotta quit smoking before January 1st, because I'm not doing this as a resolution. I don't want anybody to think it's as a resolution. So I had 2 reasons to quit smoking. But I was so excited. I said, I'm so excited. I'm a non-smoker. I'm a non-smoker. Okay, so I have 1 cigarette left. And I'm going to bed. And I smoke half of it. Now I was so fucking broke. Because I was on welfare, and I just did little side jobs, babysitting, cutting hair, and all this stuff.
Is that before y'all moved to the States? Or to Texas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when I would smoke, right, I would smoke half a cigarette, put it out, and then smoke the other half another time. A lot of times I didn't smoke a whole cigarette, and I wasn't going to just butt out a half a cigarette and waste it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I never had a problem with that. It was okay. So I did that. That one, I had 1 cigarette left. I said, you know what? I said, I really think this is it. I really think this is it. But I have a half a cigarette just in case I wake up in the morning. So I woke up. So I went to sleep, woke up, and I went over to the ashtray where there was 1 cigarette. I said, I really think this is it. Well, I really... Well, let me just taste it. So I lit it up, and I took a drag, and it tasted so awful. It tasted like I never tasted a cigarette so bad. And I was always smoking half cigarettes, but it was so bad. I said, I'm not smoking. I don't want another cigarette. And I butted it out. And I said, oh my God, I don't want any cigarettes. I don't want any more cigarettes ever. And I was like so ecstatic. I was jumping in the fucking pantry. So I said, oh my God. I was just so thrilled. Okay, that's the last cigarette. Put it out. I filled the ashtray with some water. Put the cigarette, throw the ashtray away. That was it. And before then too, I had gotten rid of all my ashtrays except the one, right, that I still needed. Okay, so I'm not a smoker. I'm not telling anybody. I said, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling one person, and I didn't. For months, I didn't tell anybody. Now, when I would go visit my mother, I would visit her, and it would be me, my mom, and the twins, hanging around, sitting around the table, drinking coffee and smoking. That's what we did when I'd go visit. The kids would be playing around, whatever. Sarah was there, Chris was there. Well, and I was just sitting there. I was like, I can't fucking believe I'm not smoking. Like, saying to myself, I don't even fucking want to smoke. I don't want to smoke. I was like so in awe that I was a non-smoker. Well, one day, my sister Darlene, she says, you know what? She comes in the kitchen, she's still staring at me like this. She says, you know what I noticed about you? I said, no, what you noticed about me? You haven't been smoking. You have not been lighting cigarettes the last few times you're here. I said, I'm a non-smoker. Well, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? Well, I didn't tell her about the angel.
Right.
Because she'd have thought I was a nut job. I just said, well, I learned that you have to hate cigarettes. You have to, because think about it. Whatever you don't like, think about it. Whatever food you don't like, you're not going to go near it. If you don't like a certain kind of movie, you don't watch it. If you don't like a certain clothes, you don't put it on. If you don't like something, you keep away from it. She says, yeah, that's true. I said, so you have to pray did you start hating cigarettes? So she quit. Told Linda the same thing because Linda noticed. And I don't know if that was months later or whatever, because Linda was smoking too. I told her about it. She said, well, if you can quit, I can quit. She quit.
Wow.
Okay. So she wasn't always around, when we were smoking cigarettes.
But you got them to both quit?
But they both quit. And I don't know how long it was. If it was a year or two, whatever. But she quit. Darlene quit. Linda quit. That was it. I never ever smoked again. I mean, never, just like that epiphany. So I take that principle and I say, I have to. Okay, if I had to hate cigarettes to get past that and to go to something else, then isn't that same principle? Can I apply that same principle in other areas? Well, I have over the years, Like if I was treated shitty at a job or something, wait a minute, I don't have to fucking take this. Right? I don't like it, I'm not taking it. And so, other opportunities presented themselves because I said no to this. So when you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else, right? When you say no to this, you're saying yes to something else. Even though you may not know the something else you're saying yes to, you're saying to the universe, no. No. This doesn't resonate with me. This doesn't feel good. It's not a good vibration, whatever it is, because I learned different things over the years, right, about vibration and energy and all that stuff.